Adrenaline is a positive status effect. It increases the affected player's movement speed by 6 studs, their sprinting speed by plus 50%, and their healing by plus 100%. You can get this effect from getting a blocks using the knife or when at risk of exploding during the fuse modifier. Blessed is a positive status effect. It cures all of the affected player's negative status effects and prevents obtaining them for its duration. The exceptions are underwater, drowning, engulfed, suffocating, and hallucinating, which do not get cured by Blessed. The player will have a particle effect of yellow sparkles around them. You can get this effect from my sources, Teddy Blockspin, Epic Brew, or Deco Cards. Bloodlust is a positive status effect. It is a hidden status effect, meaning there is no UI indication for it when inflicted or removed. It is also a secret status effect, therefore it cannot be searched in the database. It increases the affected player's walking speed and max stamina by 30%. In addition, it decreases knockout timer by a 0.5 multiplier. It can granted by the knife when held from mad murder. The player will have glowing red eyes. Buoyant is a positive status effect. It greatly decreases the affected player's own gravity, allowing them to jump much higher up and safely descend from great height, and also does not prevent the trauma damage from falling. This effect gives the character a light blue tint. And can granted by sources, Gravity Pad, Epic Brew, getting hit by a normal star during Starfall, stepping on bounce pads during On the Heights. Granted by the Deco Cards. Energized is a positive status effect. It reduces the affected player's stamina consumption by 10 times and restores 25 stamina. In addition, increases the stamina regeneration speed by 15%, also can cures exhausted. This effect will tint the character light pink and spawns energy particles around them. This effect can be granted by Bloxiade or Epic Brew. Epic is a positive status effect. You can gain the ability to benefit from burning, increasing your walking speed by 10 studs/s and ignoring the burn damage. This effect gives to player a slight red tint and changes their face decal to an epic face. Also can be granted by Epic Sauce or by the Candy Buckets bar candy. Foamy is a positive status effect. It cures and prevents burning for the duration of the effect. This effect gives a white highlight to the affected player. You can get being hit from a fire extinguisher. When you on fire, you can just put out with foamy effect or spread to the player. Force field is a positive status effect. It makes the affected player immune to all sources of damage that do not instantly kill, but does not prevent from being knocked out, and also does not protect against the void, knife, or revolver. This effect encases the player into a shiny blue force field bubble. You can get this effect from Celestial Staff when you spawning into the round, being seated in a musical chair or emoting in a spotlight. Hardened is a positive status effect. It grants the affected player a complete immunity to receiving trauma damage. In addition, it increases the player's own gravity by 20%, making them heavier. Also, the affected player's sprinting speed is decreased by 40%. Hardened players are immune to shocked and bubbled. This effect encases the player into an slate. Can be granted by Slate Skin Potion, Candy Bucket Corn Candy, or by Epic Brew. Hasten is a positive status effect. It increases the affected player's walking speed by 3 studs and sprint speed by 1.5x. In addition, it restores 15 stamina. Player will have a pink tint and a particle effect of pink arrows. Usually can be granted by the Speed Pad or Stratobloxer. Heroic is a positive status effect. It increases the affected player's walking speed by 5 studs and reduce the ragdoll timer by 0.5x. Getting a save while under the effect will share it with the saved player. It can be granted being saved by a heroic player. Inspired is a positive status effect. It grants the affected player a complete immunity to being knocked out. In addition, it cures concussed. This effect gives the character yellow arrows around his body. Can be granted by Bugle of Inspiration or by Epic Brew. Invisible is a positive status effect. It causes the affected player's model, name tag and health bar to become invisible, although the gear they currently hold is visible, as well as the ground particles they leave behind while sprinting. This effect prevents the affected player from being targeted by disasters. Also, taking any amount of damage instantly ends the effect. Can be granted by the Haunted Cheeseburger, Ghostwalker, or by Epic Brew. If you solo, eat Haunted Cheeseburger and you can delay some disasters. Nimble is a positive status effect. It gives the players the ability to dive, just like during Super Bomb Survival. It can be granted by Dive Coil or by Epic Brew. Patched Up is a positive status effect. It prevents bleeding, poisoned, and broken for the entirety of the effect. Can be granted by the medkit for 25 seconds. Protected is a positive status effect. It protects the player from any instance of damage once. After that, the effect stops. Though, it doesn't protect you from status effects that drains your health. Can be granted inflicted by another player using the Necrobloxicon on the targeted player for 15 seconds, or by Epic Brew for 5 seconds. Regenerative is a positive status effect. It passively heals the affected player by 5 HP per second. Usually can be granted by Stratobloxer for 3 seconds. Shielded is a positive status effect. It reduces the next instance of damage the player receives by 50%. It can be granted by random chance when touching radioactive debris left from satellites during the starfall or getting hit by green lasers during the laser rain or laser sweep. Sonar vision is a positive status effect. It allows the affected player to see other players through walls via an occasional green pulse effect. The affected player will see a green pulse on all living players every 4 seconds, allowing them to see anyone's position, even through walls. A sound effect will also play for every pulse. Can be granted getting a blocks using the knife, and getting a blocks using the Excalibur, or being thunderclawed. Sturdy is a positive status effect. It prevents the next instance of ragdolling the player receives. Can be granted by random chance when touching radioactive debris left from satellites during the starfall or getting hit by green lasers during the laser rain or laser sweep. Sugar Rush is a positive status effect. It is mainly granted through the gingerbread cookie gear. Obtaining this effect will grant the player 100 stamina, a 6 stud per second increase in walking speed and a plus 100% increase in sprinting speed. Warm is a positive status effect. It passively heals the affected player by 3 HP per second and makes them immune to being frozen and chilled. This effect gives character an orange tint. Usually can be granted by hot chocolate for 8 seconds, or by Epic Brew for 5 seconds. Wet is a positive status effect. It makes the affected player immune to burning and warm. Additionally, it makes the affected player immune to slipping on puddles from water balloon. After 6 seconds, chilled is applied for the duration of the effect. This effect gives the player a particle effect of water droplets. Can be granted getting hit by water balloon, or by puddles left from water balloon.